What's up YouTube? It's Ray Karen here and I'm bringing you the latest news and reviews on tech. So I'm going to be talking about something that a lot of people have already did a review on, and it's going to be the Google Pixel. The reason that I waited so long, 4 months, to really do a review on it, because I was kind of up in arms about whether or not I wanted to actually buy the phone. My primary phone is an iPhone 7 Plus, and I'm really an Apple person all around, but working with phones every day, I really decided that that's the phone that I really wanted. Another really good phone is the Samsung S7, but I really didn't care about that phone just because the Pixel is the only one running Android 7.1. So I actually made the decision to go and buy it. So I opted for the Pixel XL just because I like the bigger form factor on the phone, and only 32 gigs just because, like I said, my personal phone is an iPhone 7. So with that, I've been using the Pixel for about, I would say like a week, and I have only charged the phone once. Now again, the battery is a 3400 milliamp battery, so you get really good battery life on it, especially if this is going to be your personal phone that you're going to be using the majority of the time. 12 megapixels, the phone has 4 gigs of RAM and a Snapdragon processor, and that is the big selling point for me. A lot of people, when they come into my store where I work, they really don't care about, oh, the Snapdragon processor, 4 gigs of RAM, but that's something that I really appreciate in the phone because it's super responsive. I don't really care what I'm doing on the phone, whether I'm on Instagram, whether I'm looking up something on the web, or whether I'm just doing GPS. The phone is really responsive. So the open time that it takes to open an app, or the time that it takes to just do anything on the phone, is really quick. Another really good feature that I like that not a lot of people really talk about is in the settings you can find support. Now this is a huge selling point for the phone, the support feature, because unlike Apple, there's no Google store for you to go to if you need any help or if you need anything that's going wrong with your phone fixed, or troubleshoot it. But the Pixel is one of the devices that do have that support, and you have the option to actually phone them or chat with them. And that's really important because a lot of people get locked out of their Android phone, and then they're kind of SOL because they have to contact Google, and then they have to wait for Google to send them verification, and all of that takes a really long time, where you can actually just contact support from the comfort of your phone. So another thing that I really like about this phone is 4K video. Now a lot of phones do 4K, a lot of Android phones film in 4K right now, and that's awesome. But this phone, for some reason, I feel like the 4K is a bit better, which is stupid. I mean, the resolution is the same if it's 4K, but I don't know. I guess because I'm like prone to the Pixel now, I just feel like it's better. But overall, I really like the phone, and I'm gonna get some close-ups on it and just show you guys how responsive the apps are when you do go through and multitask with them, and then when you do open up an app, or if you do have to like go through messaging and then switch and go through like to GPS or something like that. Now here's my setup of my actual Pixel. Like I said, I really like the screen display on it because I feel like the screen is really vivid, especially when I'm watching videos on the phone. To me, it looks much better compared to my iPhone 7, or maybe it's just like, new phone. I'm just excited about the new phone, and I just feel like everything's much better on it. So here's my setup on the phone. I don't have too much on it. Like I said, it's not my primary device. So if I want to like just open up maps, the response time is really fast. I would say that took like 2 seconds to actually open up so that I can put an address in. And then if I pop up Uber Eats or something like that. Now another feature that I find that is really nice and handy is Google Assistant. Now I watched a review not too long ago about Google Assistant compared to Siri, and I would have to say just using Google Assistant compared to using Siri, Google Assistant is much more conversational compared to Siri. And then she does, or he, whichever one you like, Google Assistant is really responsive when it comes to asking a question and then following up with another question. Unlike on my iPhone, if I ask a question, say for instance, I say, hey Siri, where is the nearest McDonald's? And then I'll say, hey Siri, what's their menu? So if it's a franchise, Siri won't give me the menu. She'll just give me the menu for corporated McDonald's, if that was a bad example. But I just like the fact that Google Assistant is much more conversational. So like I said, I don't keep much on my screen. This is just it here, and if I want to, let me focus. I just really appreciate that it is like a really responsive display. And the display is, my camera isn't really picking it up right now how vivid the colors are on the Pixel, but the colors and the contrast on the Pixel is really nice. I believe it's like a 5.5 display or something like that. I have to double check, but my only hiccup with the phone is this sensor. Now, I haven't set up my fingerprint on the phone at all, just because I don't like fingerprints to unlock the phone. Call me old fashioned. I hate this glass that they did here. The phone itself is amazing. I think it's really the best Android phone out on the market, but the display can be fixed. It's not sleek, it's not sexy, it's not really aesthetically pleasing phone. I mean, the forehead is huge, the chin is huge. I really hate that the phone has bezels at all. I really hope that phone companies in the future get rid of the bezels altogether so that we can have just a full display on the phone. Other than those minor hiccups that I don't like about the phone is great. The Pixel is my favorite Android phone, and working with phones every day, a lot of people really like it. Samsung really dropped the ball, and Google came up and picked it up, and they ran with it. I'm really excited to see what the Pixel 2 will look like. I'm pretty sure it won't come out until fall like this version did, and that's it on the review. Now, I haven't made any videos in about 2 weeks just because I've been I was sick around 2 weeks ago, and then school and work got in the way. I'm dealing with a lot of work this semester, and it's probably the hardest semester I've ever had during my MBA, but I am going to be pumping out more videos like I did in the first 2 weeks where I made videos. This is just something that I really decided to get up and make a review on, because I had the phone and it was sitting around for about a few days, and I just wanted to actually play with it before I can make an honest review. I hate to just get on here and make a review just for the sake of just getting the phone. I wanted to, put my iPhone aside and carry the phone around with me, see how I like it. Like I said, I'm not a primary Android user. My work phone is an Android phone, but my primary phone is an iPhone. So there were little things I had to get used to, like the keyboard. I really hate the setup on the keyboard, and that's just because I'm not used to using the keyboard on an Android phone as my primary phone. Overall, the Pixel is phenomenal. I like the display of it. I like the battery life. The battery is amazing. Like I said, I've had this phone for about a week. I only charged it once. It says that the phone gets 14 hours of battery.